Welcome to Engaging Kitsap, a positive local forum where we bring engaging people, ideas, and organizations into our BCAT studio. Port Orchard Mayor Rob Putaansuu is here to update us on the exciting Port Orchard Community Event Center project. The center will provide a central gathering place and multi-purpose facility in downtown that will house the city's Kitsap Library branch and event center. Mayor Putaansuu, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Colleen.
Of course.
It's great to be here. This is an exciting project, and it's part of a number of projects associated with a master plan for our downtown. As you said, the community center will be a new home for the Kitsap Regional Library. It has a meeting and event space, something we sorely need in our downtown, and we're ready to go on the project. But we've purchased the Kitsap Bank's current headquarters. They're building a new headquarters, so we can't start our construction until they get their building completed. And there's a number of projects that have to happen ahead of them breaking ground, and because they're also ready to go. So we've got right now the Marina Pump Station project, which is a $15 million project. All of the sewer for the entire city flows to that point and is pushed in a force main out to the sewer treatment facility in Annapolis. That critical piece of infrastructure sits in between the community center and the bank. And then a very important project related to sea level rise needs to happen. We're going to raise Bay Street in this area by 1.5 feet. And every November, we get our highest tides. We get, the heavy rains. And it's not uncommon for this segment of Bay Street to be underwater. And so we don't want to build all of these new buildings and then have flooding issues still. So the bank really can't, the street project and the bank's project really need to finish at the same time. Because if they started construction today, had their grand opening and ribbon cutting, and they're 1.5 feet higher than the sidewalk and the road, right, it would be very difficult for their building to function. So on timelines, so they're about an 18-month project. Our road is about a 9-month project. We're going to start with the utilities. This is going to be a brand new street, a complete street.
Wow.
Underground power, sewer, water. So all those utility work is going to start next year. And then the spring of 2026, we should be under construction on the actual road. And then if it all works as planned, we'll cut a ribbon on the road and the bank's new headquarters, at the same time or virtually the same time. So that's pretty exciting. And then the last project associated with this little area of downtown is the Orchard Street Plaza. So we're going to build a gathering place. I envision it as the home for our farmers market that right now exists in a parking lot.
Yes,
and so
right.
We want to create a public plaza where the community Christmas tree is, the farmers market is, and it's a gathering and open space that would exist between the community center and the bank headquarters. So.
Wow, that's wonderful. Well, these are big projects, and it makes sense that all of this has to be phased in. If your goal is to make sure that these things can happen at the same time or in the right order, since we're talking about things that are so big, funding, that's been a major part of this, right? And lining all of that up too to make these phases happen. Talk about that.
Yeah, the community center itself is largely funded. The Public Facilities District is funding 66% of the project, and then Kitsap Regional Library and the city are splitting the remaining portion. They're under a cap. They're doing a capital campaign right now.
Okay, great.
The road. It was funded by Congressman Kilmer, at least the design portion of it, and then we got a federal award for the construction of it. The only piece that really isn't fully funded is about $4 million for the Orchard Street Plaza. And in the perfect world, we'll build the community center and the plaza together. So we've got to and I'm in contact with our federal partners about this, but it's just a little too far out to meet their spend down requirements on any awards that we would get. So we're hopeful that we're going to be able to build it all at one time, but if we have to, we could once again have another phase. Wouldn't be ideal, because when we cut the ribbon on that community center, we want to have this fabulous plaza next to it too, and not another construction project right afterwards.
Sure. I guess each piece of funding creates a new momentum for the next project, but I hadn't thought about the spend down, and you can't plan too far out.
That's true.
You have some other related projects that you are looking farther out that are related to the downtown and the community center site. What are those?
Well, currently we've got basically we're calling it a reskin project on City Hall.
Right, I see that every day.
Yeah, drive by it every day. It's scaffolding should come down, I hope, about the end of the month.
Okay.
Project should be done, wrap up about the end of the year, and it's roof, windows, siding. Just like your home, those things need to be replaced sometimes.
Sure.
Putting a new heating system in, and a solar canopy over the police parking lot that's supposed to generate 70% of our electrical need for City Hall.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting project. We also have the Port of Bremerton has their breakwater project. I think that will start next year. And then as far as we had a developer in line for a housing project and a parking garage across the street from the community center and next door to City Hall. And with the change in the economy and interest rates, that deal kind of fell apart.
Okay.
And I'm hopeful that as we truly get under construction with the bank headquarters and the community center, that project will reemerge, because we're going to need to have address parking, and we want more people living downtown to benefit from all these things that we're building down there.
Right. Yeah. Talk a little bit about mixed use thoughts for the future.
That particular, all of our downtown has been designed for mixed use projects, ground floor retail, and then housing up above it. And we've got a couple of other exciting projects partnering with the state. They've got a culvert that they need to replace near our DeKalb Pier, which is close to Port Orchard Boulevard and Bay Street. The court order, just like you're seeing everywhere else in the state, these culverts being replaced with bridges.
Well, it's wonderful.
This bridge, though, if they don't, they'll replace the culvert under the bridge. Then it heads underneath the parking lot and underneath a building.
Okay.
So the state has gotten a grant to remove the building and the parking lot and restore an estuary there.
Beautiful. And
we're also partnering with the state on a grant application that we have to build a roundabout down at the base of Port Orchard Boulevard and at Bay Street. We don't, here once again, we got 3 projects. We want to, as much as we can, marry those together and build one big project if we can, so that we're not living through, multiple projects and years of construction down in that area. Bay Street is the goal.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. And so it sounds like your nickname, Roundabout Rob, still stands.
Yeah, my Rotary Club calls me that from time to time, jokingly. So, but we've got actually a lot of roundabouts planned for the Bethel corridor. We've got one under construction right now at Mitchell and Lincoln.
Yes.
And that should be wrapping up about September 1st. We got to get that done for school. The road will be for sure opened ahead of school starting. Whether the project will be 100% complete, probably not. It'll right around September 1st, I think, or that first week it should be done. We've got a second companion roundabout that possibly could go to construction next year at Lincoln and Bethel. And then we're designing what we're calling phase 1 of Bethel, which is pair of roundabouts at Salmonberry and Blueberry, complete street in the middle. So you've got bike lanes, sidewalk, street trees. I think if from a visioning standpoint, it'll be Tremont, but single lane. So very a landscaped median trees and
Tremont as in trees.
Yeah. And then the last project that we've got some funding for is, here we have these roundabouts to the north and the south of Lund Avenue and Bethel. That's really the choke point to get people to Tremont and to the freeway.
Yeah, it is.
And so we've recently received a federal award for the design and then future funding of a double lane roundabout at that location.
Wow, that would
which
be
will
nice.
really move traffic in that area.
There's a lot going on.
There
How
is.
can people stay up to date on what's going on? Maybe get construction alerts, receive emails about how these projects are phasing?
Certainly. You can get information at our website. You could contact the clerk's office and sign up for email alerts, and Facebook. We do Facebook posts all the time about these projects, and particularly when it comes to impacts to traffic or construction. And you can always pop into a city council meeting. Right now we're online again because of the City Hall remodel project, but in September we'll be back in person, and we meet the second and fourth Tuesday of every month at 6:30.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully some of our viewers and people will come out for that. These plans are really going to transform Port Orchard. So I am really pleased that you came to share the latest and the greatest on that, and really appreciate you coming back to BCAT.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for watching Engaging Kitsap, a positive local forum where we bring engaging people, ideas, and organizations into our BCAT studio.